guys, it's Joe at Drillman Productions. I'm going to open up this box right here. And this is a big box. They're all big boxes. So let's see what's inside this box. It's always interesting to find out what we got. And you probably can see right here, this is going to be the F4U-4 Corsair 1.2 meter. Corsairs are really nice Navy planes. Fly them off of them. Really nice. Love it. Looks great. Just open it up. I love a Corsair. My father loved Corsairs. When my father built Corsairs, he built them out of balsa kits, and you know they had the folding wings and everything.
The wings are spread by moving the hydraulic control lever to the spread position. When the wings are fully extended, the small doors at the wing joints close, indicating that the hinge pins are in position.
He loved that. You know, that was his thing. He took years sometimes to build a plane. All right, first thing is the manual. The manual will tell us everything we need to do to set up and radio transmitter and everything. Bag, we got a bind plug and some other screws and stuff for the prop and everything, you know, tanks and stuff and everything right there. There's the wing, the wing, the wing. It's got beautiful retracts right there. We got flaps and we have ailerons, and it looks really nice, really detailed. Here's the fuselage right there. Okay, so it looks really nice. Love how they put the tape on there so you pull off the canopy. But this is a really nice looking plane too. I love the color. So we're going to be right back. We're going to get set up with the Corsair from Eflite and Horizon Hobby, the 1.2 meter. And the first thing we want to do is put on the rear elevator. So we want to just sit there and slide that. We're going to turn the rudder a little bit. We'll slide this on, and we're going to get one of our screws and push that in there. That's going to go down until it starts to crush. And remember, by crushing is that the foam against foam starts crushing a bit. You don't over tighten it. That's good. Okay, that is the rear elevator installation. So what we have to do next basically is put on the wing. We're going to feed all of our controls and everything, those are our wires, right through the fuselage. So we're going to make sure those go through very nicely. And then so they don't bind or anything. This should sit very nice, just like that. I'm just going to drop those little screws in there because there's only 4 of them left. And they go in there. Starts pulling foam to foam. That's putting it on the wing. We're not going to put the prop on. I'm not going to we get this thing set up and bounded and everything whatsoever. I want that prop. We got a big prop here. I don't want to sit there and mess me up and everything, and you know, cut me and everything whatsoever. Maybe people like to sit and go. Who the hell knows? All right. Make sure that all of your feed-through wires are set up right. What I mean by that, brown on brown, you know, make sure everything is yellow on yellow, everything. So check that out, because you know, they sometimes you know, they're gonna make a mistake and everything. So make sure everything is set up right with that. And you're gonna want to get them plugged into the it has an AR 631 receiver right there. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is we have flaps, so we make sure they're all connected. Flaps is going to go on according to the manual. The manual will have everything. Flaps is in channel 6, retracts 5, rudder 4, elevator 3, ailerons 2, and throttle 1. Most of those are already connected in there. Rudder, elevator, and throttle are already in there. They're in their right spots. Okay, so I'm just going to do flaps. Flaps obviously are going into 6. And if you look at the other wires, yellow is back, so we're going to go into 6. They're all good. But first what I'm going to do is push them back down into the hole. Of course, you see I plugged them all into the right slots into the receiver. All right, so I think we, feed them back down there, get them out of the way, make sure no wires will touch any of the push rods. So I'll put a zip tie around here that'll be pulled up, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so I put a little zip tie just to pull these all forward. Don't want anything to sit there and touch the push rods or anything, so just make sure, push them down in there. And we want to get that set up so everything's nice and snug with all the plugs inside there for our ailerons, gear, elevator, flaps. All right, guys, we're back. We're going to put some stickers on. .310. That's the front. That's on the cowl. All right. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and we'll come back. And I don't think you need to sit there and watch me do that. Guys, the next step for the CORSAIR is going to be the radio transmitter setup, and we're pretty much going to follow the manual the way the manual says it. When I turn on our transmitter, we're using an NX8, and the first step basically is we want to create a new model. So we're going to go down to System Setup, and we get out of there, and we go into Model Select, and we're going to add a new model, create a new model. Click over there. Takes a second, and then we're going to do a model name, and I'm going to name it a CORSAIR 1.2M, and we're just going to click there, and we're going to CORSAIR, and I'll fast forward through this so you don't have to sit there and watch me do this. Okay, we have it set up at a 1.2 meter. Click back out of there. All right. According to the manual, after that, we want to set up our aircraft type. So we have to go to aircraft type, and we have basically it's a 1 aileron, 1 flap. Tail is normal. Click over there. We're going to change the picture to a CORSAIR, and I'm sure there's a CORSAIR inside here. And there it is right there. We're going to back right out of there. After that, I want to go into the main screen, and we have our CORSAIR. Our timer set at 5 minutes. That's usually pretty much where you want to be, between 3 and 5 minutes. We want to click back on the button over here, and I am going to go into throttle cut. Now we have our throttle cut set, and let's test it. Okay, so throttle cut is on H switch over here, and position forward, which is 1, is the throttle cut is on. And then we go over here, and we have throttle cut is working. Okay, the next thing is we want to do is we're going to go into Servo Setup. They want us to reverse the gear, so we're going to click there, and we're going to click down, and we're just going to reverse the gear, and that is done. Let's get out of there. Flap system, very simple. We're going to inhibit the switch, and I like switch D to be our flap system. And position 0 is going to be -100. Okay, so we'll do -100 there. Okay, and then position 2 on D switch is going to be +100, and we click up to there. Okay, and our speed is going to be 2 seconds. So let's click up there. 3. There we go, and we get out of there. The last thing that we have to do at this particular moment is set our rates. So let's go up to dual rates at Expo. We have an aileron, we have a rudder, and we have a elevator. Okay, so we want to assign a switch, and that switch is going to be F switch right there. So high rates is going to be 100%. Low rates, let's go back up there. Oh, let's get over there. And low rates is going to be 70. Let's take it down to 70 on each of the control surfaces. Okay. Next, we want to click back up there, and we want to go to elevator, and we're going to assign a switch, and that's going to be F switch right there. And then we're going to click back up here, and low rates is going to be 70 because it automatically defaults to 100. We'll go to 70. They don't mention anything about Expo. Expo, we can set that up after our first couple of flights, get a feel for it, and go from there. Okay. And the last is Rudder, and we will assign a switch there. And once again, it's going to be F switch, and we will go up to there, and high rates is going to be 100%. Low rates is going to be 70, and we'll take it down to 70. We are here, and our timer's set at 5 minutes, and we want to go down to timer though, because I want to activate that. Anything over 25%, then the timer will start. Okay, so we're back out there, and that's pretty much it. Gear is going to be on A, and we will probably put safety over here on the B switch right there. Okay, so once we get into that, after we do the binding. Okay, guys, what I want to do is bind up the plane, the Corsair, and I'm going to use a 4S 2200 milliamp battery. We're going to plug in the battery, hold in the bind plug, plug in the plane, push and hold the bind plug. Now it's flashing. Turn on the transmitter. Next is we scroll down and we do bind. We get bind. I'm sorry I can't show you all this because I only have 2 hands. All right, we do bind. All right, we got 2 wags. Now it's bound and safe. What we want to do is check out the control surfaces. Ailerons. Ailerons are working, okay? And rudder. But we do have to have some issues right there. We're gonna have to probably mechanically trim that. Sit there and bring it back in. Okay, throttle, I did not put on that prop. I would not put on that prop. That prop is huge. Throttle cut is now on, and we have nothing going on. Okay, and throttle cut is off. Let's check out the flaps. Flaps always work nice. Flaps always look the best. Let's check out the gear. The gear is here on A, and safe we're going to assign to B switch over here. Okay, so let's check out the gear. Let's see if they come down. All right, well, we see if safe is working. And it's trying to sit there and get to level. Okay, guys, what we want to do for the Corsair is we didn't assign a safe switch, and it's relatively easy to do. Okay, so you're going to click on this button right there. That's the scroll button. System setup, channel assign. Now, what's an interesting thing was that when I set this bird up and I bound and everything, I wanted to make sure it was going to be on switch B right there. Okay, and it was already set. But if it's not set, you're going to have to scroll down to B, click on the switch itself, and make sure that's where you want it, or wherever you're going to put safe. But I put it on B, so it's already done. Back to the main screen. What I did was I moved these 2 switches right here, the toggle switches, right into that area there, and then I took my other hand and I toggled back and forth B switch, and then it assigned safe select. Okay, guys, I put on the prop. Relatively easy. Just push it on, put on these little coverings and everything, and tighten it down. And what I'm going to show you also as an extra bonus is that I'm looking to get soundboard from MRC Sound, and I'm waiting for him to get back to me, because I think if you sit there and listen to this sound that a lot of planes have, Warbirds particular, and it has an accelerometer because it makes it zzz, everything with a wonderful sound. I want to follow the sequence of sound. That is exactly what I would love to have, okay? And it has, it sounds great in the air. I seen the Motion RC video and everything. It's sitting there and has the accelerometer. Everything whatsoever. I think that would be great, and I want to know when they're going to be available. Okay? This is the final overview of the Corsair. This is the F4U-4 Corsair from 1.2 meter from Horizon Hobby, and it is going to be gorgeous in the air. I'm going to get it up with Angel. He's going to test fly it for me. He always trims out my birds, make sure everything is going well before I actually fly it myself. Looks great. So there's our pilot. Overall, great looking plane. This is Joe at Drone Man Productions. I want to sit there and thank you for watching and salute, and we will all see you soon. Thank you. Bye.